What's up guys, Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my review of the Gibson Catback exhaust with X-pipe fitting your 2015 and up Fastback GT Mustang. This catback from Gibson is going to be for the S550 GT owners out there that are looking for a 3-inch budget-friendly X-pipe catback system that's not going to be too rowdy or have the neighbors complaining. The Gibson here is going to replace that factory Resonator with an X-pipe and open up some sound for sure, but it's not traditionally known for its loudness. So this system is a full 3-inch system from tip to tip, and this one here is the full stainless steel version that ends in 4.5-inch polished stainless steel /cut tips. Gibson does offer this same system in black ceramic from behind the X-pipe and back if you prefer that look too. And stainless steel is always a great option for the cars that see all different types of road conditions since it's going to offer corrosion resistance, and both systems do come with Gibson's lifetime limited warranty, and all of Gibson's products are made in the US. These catbacks are going to include Gibson's CFT Superflow mufflers, which are chambered mufflers that don't have any packing. They're more of a resonance chamber design that forces the exhaust through directional tuning ports to give more of a tuned exhaust note. And like I mentioned before, this system comes with an X-pipe, which traditionally gives more of a raspier note than an H-pipe does. And just keep in mind that these are for the fastbacks out there, so it's not going to be compatible with convertibles. When it comes to sound, I did mention earlier that this catback, while it does come with the X-pipe and the Superflow mufflers, so while it's not going to be the loudest catback I have ever heard, it is going to have a good amount of volume, as you already heard earlier. The resonance chambers in the mufflers do a bit of quieting down to give more of that tuned sound I talked about earlier. If we compare it to factory, at idle, this is definitely deeper. I would say though that as the RPMs climb, this catback maintains some of that stock sound. It hits a point where it doesn't really get any louder as the RPMs increase, but it does maintain sound. And there is quite a bit of drone in the cabin at cruising speed as well. It's not really raspy like some other systems that I've heard either, even though it does have this X-pipe. There's a little hint of a raspy note in there, but it's not something that will make a person who really dislikes a raspy note cringe. There's also a little crackle on D-cell, which just adds a little something to the overall note. Overall, with all of that being said, I would say this system is a middle-of-the-road system, and I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 on the loudness scale. If you're looking for loud on a budget, then there are some other options on the site that might suit you better than this one right here. I think it's safe to say at this point that a catback for an S550 Mustang is pretty much an investment when we start to look at the cost of these things. Gibson, like I mentioned earlier, is one of the only companies right now that's bringing you catback options for under $1,000. There's a few from Mac, Flowmaster, BBK, and MBRP that are also in this price range, but with different offerings if you want to check those out. But you're looking at right around $800 for this version right here with the stainless tips, or for about $150 more, you can have the black ceramic version instead. You do have to pay a little bit more for this coating though, but if that's what you're looking for, then it's still not a bad deal. And honestly, these systems don't sound bad, despite not costing an arm and a leg. When it comes to the install, you're going to be looking at an easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on the scale when we look at difficulty. This is considered a direct bolt-on item, so you won't need to cut anything or modify anything to get it installed. All that you're really going to need is a socket set, and a lift would certainly make things easier here, but the job can be done on stands as well. You're going to be removing the exhaust from the Resonator back, so an extra set of hands can make things easier for you here. You will be moving your hangers over to this new catback, so I just recommend taking them off the factory exhaust when you drop that, because it'll make the swap a little bit easier. The only other things you'll reuse are the front clamps off of the Resonator for the front of the new X-pipe. And when you go to install your new setup, as usual, it's probably a little bit easier if you start by hanging the mufflers first. The catback does come with 2 new 3-inch clamps, but these clamps are really the bottom of the barrel as far as exhaust clamps go, in my opinion. Personally, I'd probably grab some brand new clamps, but these will get the job done if you don't want to be that picky. You can figure on spending about an hour or 2 from start to finish to get all of this done. Overall, the Gibson Catback is right in the middle of the pack when we consider its loudness. I wouldn't say it's mild or so loud that it's going to get you in trouble either, and it's also one of the most affordable, even if you do go for the black ceramic version. It's a full 3-inch catback that comes complete with an X-pipe, and it's a direct bolt-on install that requires no cutting. You can check this catback out online some more for yourself, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.